The one-time biggest band in the world is 3 years into their military enlistment. For new fans of K-pop, no, we're not talking about BTS. We're talking about the other biggest band in the world, EXO. What does it look like over halfway through their enlistment years? Let's find out. The 8-member band currently has 6 active members, 2 of whom are currently serving. You could see the staggered approach the group has taken up on the screen. There are currently 2 more members yet to enlist, with the whole group finishing their services in the second half of 2024. At that point, the group will have taken between 5 and 6 years for their patriotic duty. And the biggest question is, how have they fared in terms of sales or popularity? Welcome to Current Korea, home of apparently everything K-pop numbers related somehow. Just a quick background, EXO debuted in 2012 and quickly became a household name within a year in Korea. Their newfound popularity outside of Korea was so great that in 2016, certain media outlets started labeling them as the biggest band in the world. And XOL, just to let you know, this isn't an EXO history or intro video, so we won't be covering everything. As you can see, EXO came on like gangbusters in their sophomore year, taking the total album sales crown for 4 straight years, a new record at the time. Their first million-copy album was the first to do so in 12 years at that point, and they held that top spot until 2016. Even while relinquishing their crown, their popularity grew until 2018 when they sold 2.5 million copies for all albums by all members that year. So it's an understatement when we say EXO was huge in 2018. Then military service came a-knockin'. They changed the strategy to the usual solos and subgroup releases, although they did have 2 group albums, Sans the Missing Members, during this 3.5-year stretch. Sales did take a slight hit, but it held a very respectable 2 million total copies a year, and even reaching 3 million copies in 2021, being only one of 4 groups to do so. But in a turn of events, their label mates, NCT and their subgroups, surpassed EXO in the total album sales, even without repackaged albums. So the first 3 years of enlistment resulted in an initial 20% dip in sales and was surpassed by their label mates. Not great, but not bad either. So does more album sales for NCT mean they're more popular than EXO right now? Purely numbers wise, apparently, but realistically, it's hard to say because while album sales are an important figure for popularity, we can't say it's all of it. But if we had to pick only one, we would say NCT is more popular right now. So the group is the group, but what does it look like for the label? We took a look at Don't Say S&M. We took a look at SM Entertainment's numbers from 2016 through 2021, and sure enough, there was a slight dip from 2018 to 2019, their first year. Then 2020 was a disaster for the company, but that was likely due to no live activities, such as no concerts being allowed. Then sure enough again, like EXO sales chart, 2021 showed a new high, with EXO and now NCT leading the way. So putting it all together, supporting the obvious, top acts do affect their companies. Whoa, big shocker. But we need to note that it's normal for groups to dip during their service years. That just can't be helped. But dipping only 20% and setting a group best during those years is actually surprising. On the flip side, getting passed by a label mate was actually unexpected, although the commitment SM has in NCT shouldn't make it a surprise. With respect to every other group that came before, EXO is the first group with international popularity of this level to be going through military service. So far this is a case study of just one. There are several groups coming up on military service, some not as popular, some more popular. How do you think your group will fare? Sound off in the comments. Now the next question everyone has is, why not release an album, then everybody quickly enlist, and come back in 2 years? Boy, do we wish we had a link to that video right now. But those who see this later on will see the link to that video right now, but everyone else will have to wait till next time. That's it for today. Thanks for joining us. That's what's in the news for Current Korea.